Hi, thank you. Thank you for that introduction. Well, hello everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here with you all. I'm really excited and I want to thank you for inviting me again. Today, I will be talking about effective prospecting and how to successfully welcome new team members. This is a topic I'm truly passionate about, so I encourage you to pay close attention and take some notes. Honestly, this could be a real turning point for your business. Thank you so much, and let's get started. Well, first of all, let's talk about how to really get your business started. It all begins with finding people. The world is full of potential prospects. To start, we have social media. There, you will find whole communities of entrepreneurs, people looking for better health, or those wanting more time with their families. You can also go live, join or host presentations with other leaders, or simply share posts and stories on your own social networks. Or simply, or if you want to speed things up, you can use advertising. This helps you reach people who are already searching for something similar to what you offer, whether for health or for business. And don't forget the power of referrals. Your contacts, family, or friends might be ideal for your business, or they might know someone who is. So always ask for recommendation. You can also meet people in person, whether it's one-on-one, in small groups, or even by renting space to give a talk. Don't worry if you can everything at once. Choose the method that feels right for you, and remember, you can mix and match. But the most important thing is consistency. It's not about having just one option, it's about showing up again and again. And have you ever noticed that you keep posting on social media, but nobody buys from you or even likes your posts? You might be wondering what's going wrong. Well, let's talk about why this happens. One of the biggest mistakes is focusing only on showing the product itself. For example, if all you do is post pictures of bottles, creams, or coffee, people start to see you as just another shop. They might compare prices or look for someone else selling the same thing, maybe even for less money. It doesn't feel personal, so people don't feel a real connection. Instead, what really works is sharing stories and real results. For example, you could talk about a client who felt more confident after using Trifecta, or show a before and after photo to highlight someone's progress. People want to see genuine experiences and feel a connection with you, not just see another advert. Let's talk about how you can use digital platforms like social media to grow your business, to convert followers into customers. The key is the 80-20 strategy. This means that 80% of your content should focus on giving value, education, and entertainment, not just selling. People don't want to follow a boring shop that only says, "Buy now, I have the best price, hurry up." Instead, you should share useful information like tips and ideas. For example, if your topic is health, you can talk about good habits, nutrition, exercise, or a healthy lifestyle. If you're focused on business, you can share sales tips or advice while talking to prospects. You can also build authority by sharing content from experts in your field, such as someone explaining epigenetics or business strategies. For entertainment, you can use fun examples that also teach something. For instance, if you want to talk about longevity, you might show two people aged 60, one tired and unhealthy, and the other active and fit, to show the difference that good habits and epigenetics make. Only 20% of your content should be direct sales, like sharing testimonials, showing happy customers, or showing yourself giving a talk or training, or presenting your product in a real situation. This way, people will want to follow you for your value contents. And when you do talk about your products, they will be more interested because they already trust you. Imagine scrolling through social media and all you see are bottles, boxes, and endless offers. Boring, right? Well, you don't want to be just another traveling shop. People aren't looking for products. They are looking for magic, for stories, for real change. So don't just product don't just post products, photos, or long blocks of text. Let's be honest, who actually wrote those? Instead, show the experience. Share before and after videos, add some catchy music, post a funny moment from a meeting, or a quick clip of you chatting with a client. Let people see you traveling, laughing, transforming. Make them feel like they're part of your story. For example, I used to feel tired all the time. And look at me now. Or here's my client before, and here she's after, smiling and full of energy. In the end, it's stories of transformation that really connect with people. And that will help you to succeed. Let me explain why people buy things nowadays in 2026. It all starts with emotion. People buy because of how something makes them feel. For example, maybe your story reminds them of their own life, or it makes them imagine a better future. Maybe it makes them feel excitement, hope, or even a bit of fear about missing out. That's what really connects with them. For instance, imagine someone sees stories about a mom who's after taking trifecta finally has more energy to play with her children, and she also has time to be a present mom. She thinks, that could be me. Maybe she even starts her own business and feels proud of what she achieved. People start to see themselves in that story. After the emotion comes logic. People ask themselves, does this really make sense for me? It is worth the money, but the feeling always comes first. So even if you don't know every detail about trifecta, you can still connect with people by sharing stories that touch their emotions and show them a better future. Let me show you some example of how not to use social media. For example, you often see feeds full of butters on and a lot of information. People just scroll past it, and honestly, this doesn't sell anything. But sometimes you might think that just by posting, you've already done your work. The truth is that no, that's not how it works. We don't get paid for posting, we get paid for bringing new people in. Of course, using digital tools can help you reach more people, but you still need to talk to them. Getting likes doesn't mean you are making sales. You need social media to attract people so that they are the ones who message you. That way you let the numbers work in your favor. And here's another example of how not to do it. You might wonder, but why is this wrong? Well, it's because the person is only posting testimonials, videos, and stories from others, not their own. What happens if one of those videos goes viral? When someone finally talks to you, they realize you are not the person from the video. They can feel tricked or disappointed because they want to speak with the person they saw online, but it wasn't you. When people see a lot of different faces, they don't know who really behind the page. So they don't know connect with anyone. On social media and digital platforms, people are often worried about scam, false promise, or paying for something and never receive it. If they don't know who behind the account is, it's very hard for them to trust you. And if they do reach out, sometimes they feel misled if you're not who they expected. And that's why I don't recommend this approach. However, it's still good to share testimonials from time to time, just not all the time. Remember the 80-20 strategy I mentioned earlier? You should be the main character in your content most of the time. And how should you use social media? Focus on giving value and entertain your audience. Share moments from your daily life. Let people see that the real you. For example, if you're a present mom, show what that looks like. Talk about how you've improved your health and what you've done to feel better. Tell your own stories and share your personal experiences. You can also include photos or stories from others, but always share them into your own words. Give helpful tips about exercise, healthy habits, epigenetics, or business. When you do this, people start to feel a real connection with you. They feel like they know you, even if you never met in person. That's why they trust you and are more likely to buy from you because they see your journey and feel part of it. Now, imagine someone is already interested in your product. They are curious, maybe they see your post or hear about your results, but then the first thing you say, "Hi, would you like to buy?" How does that make the other person feel? Most people will think, "Oh no, I'm not sure about this," or even worse. If your first WhatsApp message is a long explanation about why they should buy your product or join your business, it can feel overwhelming or uncomfortable. For example, if you immediately say, oh, Jenna makes those this, link those that Optiment does something else, so you need buy to trifecta, without even listening to their needs. The other person feels awkward. It's a bit like a proposing a marriage on the first date. That's how uncomfortable it can be. Sales are really like building a relationship. You have to get to know the other persons little by little, show interest and give them attention. Only then will they feel open and ready to say yes. If you try to sell too quickly, it just feels pushy and uncomfortable. So first you need is to connect. Discover what they need, listen to them, and show that you want to help solve their problems. When you do this, you connect with what they really want to improve, and that's when they'll be ready to say yes. Have you ever heard things like this? Maybe someone has said to you, I will think about it, it's too expensive, I don't have the money right now, let me talk to my husband, let me check with my doctor, and so on. Welcome to the world of objections. This is completely normal. You shouldn't feel bad when people raise objections. In fact, objections are just natural barriers people have. Your job is to learn how to overcome them and help people find the best solution. What's the most common objection we hear every day? Well, it's the classic, I will think about it. Why? Because it's a polite way to say, I'm not ready right now. An inexperienced salesperson might just say, all right, yes, take your time, but a good salesperson, a real problem solver, knows there are usually other reasons behind I will think about it. There are common fears like, what if it doesn't work? What if it's a scam? What if I lose my money? Or maybe I need more information, I still have doubts. Or I'm not sure because I've tried other things before and they didn't work. So now I'm worried. Sometimes people are comparing your offer to something else, maybe something cheaper, but you don't know what they are comparing it to. So your job as a good salesperson is to find out the real objection. It is about money, it is about trust. Are they comparing it to something else? We need to ask questions to really understand what I will think about it means. And you might be wondering, Grecia, how can I ask questions to discover someone's real needs and objections? Remember, the best sales starts with curiosity, and asking the right questions will reveal the true objections. To do this, you need to ask questions like, what have you tried before? This gives you a clear idea of what they've already done. If they've failed in the past, and sometimes even a bit about their financial situation. What worries you most about this decision? This helps you understand their objection early on. They might say, I'm worried it won't arrive, or I'm afraid it won't work as a promise. Often people bring past fears with them, and that's normal. Our job is to listen and help resolve those worries. You can also find out what they might be comparing your offer to. Maybe they think it's just like something they've already tried, but it's your job to show them how this is different. To really understand what they want, ask, what result would you like to achieve? And if it works, what will change for you? These questions show you their true goals and needs. Finally, ask, what will you make feel confident to get started? This helps you learn what they need to feel safe about joining or buying. By asking these real questions, you will have a much clearer path to helping them and make the sale. So, what should you do after asking the right questions? You need to build value before you mention the price. Why? Because if you don't show the benefit first, people will think it's expensive and say things like, it's too much, I don't have the money right now, or let me think about it. If you want to handle these objections before they come up, you have to show all the value first. Start by showing the results. How many people have had real success with this? Explain how your offer is different from what they will try before. Show them how much they could save and how it will help them with their health or their business. Also, talk about how in the future they could save even more on other things. When you present all this value, the investment won't seem expensive. It won't seem worldwide. And if someone really wants it but doesn't have the money at that moment, they won't say, I can't or it's too expensive. Instead, they will say, I'll find a way to get the money. That's the response we want to achieve. Now, what does it really mean when someone says it's expensive? This objection usually hides one of four thoughts. It doesn't really mean the person can afford it. Instead, it often means 1. They don't see enough value. 2. They don't trust you or the product yet. 3. They don't feel an urgent need for it right now. 4. They're comparing it with other possible cheaper options. So it's so important for you to start removing these objections. It's not that it's too expensive, it's that the person still has doubts. Maybe they don't see the real value yet. They're comparing it to something else, or they haven't built enough trust in your product benefits. That's why it's important to address these concerns by clearly communicating value, building trust, creating urgency, and showing what you offer is different and better for their needs. When you focus on these 4 areas, value, trust, urgency, and comparison, you help people see the real benefits and feel confidence about their decision. Now, what should you do if someone says it's too expensive? First, you need to validate their feelings. The worst thing you can say is, no, it's not expensive, or no, you just don't have enough money, or anything else that might hurt their feelings. Instead, start by saying, I understand that right now it might feel out of your budget, and that's exactly what we should talk about. What you will try before, how much you will spend, and why those things haven't worked for you. Let them know you understand they've invested before and didn't see the change they wanted. That's why you shouldn't compare this to those other things. Ask them, what are you comparing it to? Many times, people compare your epigenetic technology to your normal vitamin products. Of course, the price is different, but that's because the results are different too. Then share a story about someone who felt the same way but decided to try it, and now their health has improved, or they're earning money from home with freedom. Remember, it's not just about the price, but also about all the benefits you offer: community, support, training, personal growth, and much more. So objections are solved with empathy, by comparing it to what they will try and showing real stories of people who succeed, so they know it's possible for them too. Now you understand the real value you want to share with this person. So what happens if you ask these questions? Remember, a powerful question creates clarity. You say to your prospect, what if in a year everything is exactly the same? And then you stay quiet. This question is for people who told you they don't have good health or they don't have enough money. It helps them think, if I don't have money now, what will happen in a year? In 5 years? Will my situation be worse? Will I be older, have less energy, or maybe even more debt? Or what if they decide to join you? What if in a year your health is better or your financial situation has improved? These questions make the person realize the decision is in their hands. That's what we want, to help them see that not making a decision is also a decision. Now imagine you just welcome someone new to your team and you want to start off the right foot. How will you make the person feel supported? How will you help them connect with their goals? Will you keep guiding them or just leave them on their own? Let's see how you can help your new partner feel confident and stay on track right from the very beginning. So, how do you give someone the right start? First of all, the welcome is so important. Add your new partner to your WhatsApp, Telegram, or any community group you have. This helps them feel like they're part of something bigger, a real community. If you ever forget to follow up, the group will help keep them engaged and motivated. Think of it like a campfire. If someone moves away from the fire, they get cold. But if they stay close, they stay warm. So always keep them involved. If you can, make a welcome photo of them or ask others in the group to introduce themselves and say hello. That's fantastic because it helps your new partner feel important and valued. Introduce them, talk a little about who they are, and cheer them on. Talk to them, ask about their goals and why they want to achieve, listen carefully, and help them make a plan that fits their own objectives. Remember, people don't just join you, they become part of a family, like our ACTIVZ family. What's the main mistake people make when following up with someone? The worst thing is to stop paying attention or ignore them completely. But another big mistake is making the person feel like you only care about their money or the next order, no matter if the product worked for them, if they receive it, or how they're doing. For example, you might say, "Hey, are you ready to order again? Did you buy your tickets for the next event? Have you told anyone about the business? Have you made any sales yet?" Believe me, the person will feel pressure instead of supported. They'll start to think you only care about yourself, not about helping them. Your journey to making a difference starts here. You need to ask the most important questions like, how have you been? Did your products arrive? How are you taking them? How are you feeling? Of course, you can ask about orders, events, or sales, but don't make it feel that's all you care about. Make them feel valued, make them feel important, and show them that your goal is to help them have a better day, not just to make money. Sometimes when you don't follow up, you don't have idea what's really going on in someone's life. You don't know what voices they are hearing in the background. Maybe their family or friends are saying things like, "That's a pyramid scheme. They are tricking you. That doesn't work. Or you will never make it." That's why your follow-up is so important. You never know what someone is dealing with. It's up to you. Help your team vaccinate themselves against hearing no. Support them, talk to them, and make a plan together. Remember, not everyone will understand or support them. Sometimes only about 10% of people will really listen, so don't take it personally. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and often very similar opportunities. But what really makes a difference is in our situation. It's our discipline and how we choose to use our time. Some people see their children or busy home life as a reason why they can move forward. They said, "I don't have time," or "I will start later," or they fill their days with a lot of small tasks or distractions. Others, in this exact same situation, use their family as motivation. They get organized, set priorities, and focus on what really matters. Instead of spending hours on things that don't move them forward, they invest their time in what brings results, like talking to people, making a presentation, or learning new skills. At the end of the day, it's not about having more time or fewer challenges. It's about making the most of what you have. Same life, different results because of discipline, not excuses. Now, how we can create a system that's easy to duplicate, so you're not the only one getting a result, but your whole team can grow too? First, you need to lead by example, so take action. If you don't, where will your team come from? You have to invite people. How do you invite? You can post, you can present, and most importantly, you need to follow up. This is key if you want people to actually join into your team. Second, do it right. What does it mean? Be ethical, be transparent, and always give the correct prices. Don't exaggerate the results. Just connect with people's emotions and share your enthusiasm. When you do this, your team will follow your lead. And third, keep it simple. You don't need expensive equipment, the latest MacBook, or to rent a fancy venue. You can work from your balcony, your garden, or even just with WhatsApp or a notebook. All you need are simple tools. A notebook, some paper, maybe just your phone. When your team sees that you can do it this way, they will know they can do it too. You don't need a projector or perfect slides to get started. What matters is that you can share your message clearly. Print your slides if you want, invite people to a presentation by someone else, or just meet for a coffee and explain things on a napkin. However, it flows naturally for you is the best way, and that's a system your team can really duplicate. When you start this business, you have two choices. You can stay stuck and keep making excuses, saying things like, I don't have money, I don't have time, maybe this isn't for me, or I'm not good at sales. The list of excuses can go on and on. But are these really true reasons? Or is just that you haven't found a big enough purpose to push you forward? Your goals have to be bigger than your excuses if you want to see results. Some people will listen to this talk and then go back to our usual routine, maybe watch a film, go out for a chat, or just relax because it's weekend. But others, as soon as they hear this, are already posting, taking action, and sharing the message with someone else. That's the real difference. You can get all your training in the world, but what you actually do with it? Will you keep making excuses like she only did it because she has one child and I have two, so I can't? Or she's young, she's friendly, that's why it worked for her. It's not about how we look or our situation. It's about discipline and organization. While you might say, I'm not good at sales, I used to say the same thing. But I decided to take action and learn from the best so I could change. It's not about what you know or you don't know. It's about what you do with what you know and how you work to get better. So, what's your goal for this month? It's a new month. Are you going to level up? Are you going to enroll new people? What's your target? Not just for the month, but for the week, for today. What will you do right after this talk? The choice is yours. Just ask yourself, will you let a crisis hold you back, or will you choose to grow? Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this, that you found it helpful, and that I inspired you in some way. If you learn something, don't keep it yourself, share it, post about it, tell someone, or teach it to your team. The more we talk about what we learned, the more we'll grow together. Thank you again for all your time, and remember, if you don't take action, none of this will make a difference. Taking action is what will help you start to see a real change. Believe in yourself, trust in the process, and start today. I know you can do it. Wishing you success. With love, Grecia D.
There we go! Grecia! Woo!